A while after their conversation, the Chosen Ones went straight to the ship preparing to launch. Goku, Mark, Nolan, Adam Eve, Shapesmith, and Bulletproof boarded, while the rest of the team stayed behind to defend Earth in case something else happened. I can't believe we're heading to space again. I'm all for it! Maybe this time there'll be interesting opponents. Just try not to punch a hole in the ship.
Focus. Sequids aren't powerful individually, but if they achieve full mental connection, it'll be hard to stop them spreading among people without hurting them.
Then we'll finish them before that happens. I won't underestimate them. After their exchange, the ship blasted off at a high speed, cutting through the sky and leaving a trail of fire behind. Inside, the five looked at each other with determination. They were no longer just an improvised group, they were a real team. You know, when this started, I didn't think we'd be here working together like this, going into space to stop an alien invasion. That's the great thing about adventures, Mark. You never know how they start, or where they'll take you. On their way, they approached a misshapen organic structure drifting through space inside that ship, built from the astronaut host's body and controlled by the Martian aliens, who were forced to obey. Expand! Conquer Earth! Once close, the Guardian ship slowed at the massive mothership's edge, quickly docking inside. Thousands of life forms were detected, but they shared a single consciousness, the Sequids' hive mind.
They used the astronaut as the core, and the Martians as hostages to guide them to Earth. How vile. So, how do we fight something like that?
It's complicated, but it shouldn't be too bad because Sequids can't take hosts who are super strong or have resilient bodies like me and the Martians. We'll have to crush them en masse, but keep the body from moving until we free the possessed astronaut. He's an innocent person who's just being controlled.
Are we going straight into that control room? There's no other way. If we destroy the ship from outside, we might release them by accident in Earth's atmosphere. We have to go in and eliminate the central mind so the rest of the Sequids stop following orders.
Then let's go. Open that ship's hatch. Here we go! With those enthusiastic shouts, the lower hatch of their craft opened and the five heroes shot out in formation. Eve generated a protective bubble for Mark and Bulletproof, while Nolan and Goku dived at full speed toward the entrance Sequids, wiping them out en masse with the sheer force of their flight. After clearing the entryway, Goku wrapped himself in his aura while flying beside Nolan. Ha! With a single punch, Goku blasted open the Martian ship's main door. That triggered a wave of hostless Sequids surging instantly like a tide of flesh. Small, fast-moving creatures with the unsettling agility and impossible coordination, all thanks to the hive mind controlling the human astronaut. Interference! Neutralize! Assimilate! The heroes were greeted by multiple hordes of creatures, many already aware of their presence through the collective mind.
This is a swarm! There are too many!
Stay together! Don't let them get close!
They're trying to get through the suits!
Careful! Don't let them control your bodies! Stay calm and attack!
Goku closed his eyes for a moment, then exhaled. A sphere of ki formed around him, incinerating all the nearby Sequids.
Take care of the main mind! I'll clear the way!
I'll open the way too!
The two warriors joined forces against the massive number of Sequids. Goku struck with constant, precise blows, making their bodies explode without damaging the ship. Nolan was more brutal, not hesitating to smash walls to forge a path through dozens of enemies, shielding the others. While the team fought their way through the remaining Sequids, the primary host began focusing on them as they got very close. Threat detected! Contain the intruder! The astronaut host floated suspended by Sequids, his face deformed by parasites and his eyes dark, as though he had no control over himself. Around him, hundreds of Sequids crawled and reorganized, forming a gigantic collective body, a creature made of thousands of tiny bodies moving as one. It was an aberration with dozens of mouths opening and closing in unison. You will advance no further. That's not happening. With a shout, Goku suddenly raised his ki, making the air burst around him. That man doesn't belong to you! Let him go, now! After saying that, Goku launched himself at high speed, easily dodging the composite creature and destroying a large part of the Sequids forming that deformed mass while avoiding harming the central astronaut. Meanwhile, Invincible and the others continued fighting the remaining creatures, surprised by Goku's ability to handle so many enemies unharmed. It's incredible. Even with how strong I've become, I can barely keep up with Goku's movements. Focus, Mark. We can't drop our guard with these things. Right. We still have to get these off us. While Nolan and the others kept the Sequid hordes at bay, Goku flew up to the main host and with a single spinning blow completely disintegrated the creature controlling him, freeing the astronaut. Then Goku caught him so he wouldn't fall. At that moment, the remaining Sequids began convulsing because they no longer had a host issuing orders, leaving them badly stunned. The Sequids collapsed like a lifeless mass. Without the hive mind to organize them, they became harmless parasitic beings. Adam Even Mark freed the astronaut from his bindings. He was breathing with difficulty, but alive. Looks like things calmed down a bit. Even so, we have to eliminate the rest of those creatures. Make sure to crush every one of them. Alright, let's finish this. With that said, the heroes destroyed the remaining Sequids until none were left aboard, making sure none infiltrated Earth. It took them a while, but they finally finished them off thanks to the creature's collapse without a controlling host, giving the astronaut time to regain consciousness. Where am I? Don't worry, you're safe now. Minutes later, aboard the Guardian ship again, the team rested in silence. Nolan treated a superficial wound. Bulletproof had an improvised bandage. Eve gazed out the starry window. Mark drank water, and Goku simply floated in lotus position, meditating quietly. Thanks, Goku. We wouldn't have made it without you. You did great, Mark. In fact, you all did. This was an interesting fight. Interesting? Yeah, at least that's how it felt to me, though those creatures were ugly. Despite the damage to the Martian ship, its navigation still worked, and little by little things returned to normal thanks to the surviving Martians now in charge. Soon after, the hatches opened, revealing those surviving Martians, the same species as one of the former Guardians of the Globe. They all approached the group of heroes to thank them for their intervention. Strangers, thanks to you, the Sequid threat is over. We owe you our lives. We're glad we could help, though it wasn't easy. Yeah, those bugs were persistent, but it was a good fight. I needed one. The soldiers began to inspect the ship and collect Sequid remains for incineration. Everything seemed peaceful until one Martian stepped forward, pointing at Shapesmith, who had stayed silent and nervous at the back. You are responsible for all this! You infiltrated a Terran ship without authorization, took the form of one of its astronauts, and allowed the human host to be contaminated by the hive mind. The consequences of your treason have been catastrophic. I just wanted to see Earth. I wanted to be a hero like you. And in the process, you almost destroyed 2 civilizations. The Martians approached Shapesmith aggressively. He couldn't do much about his crimes. Wait, don't hurt him. Martian law is clear. Impersonating an official visitor and leaving the planet without authorization are crimes of the highest severity. He must answer for his actions. I understand you want justice, but you should also consider everything that happened afterward. If it weren't for him, he might not have known what was happening here, because only he knew the Martian ship. And while he messed up, he fought those things with us, and though he's an idiot, he risked his life alongside us. I didn't know this would happen. I only wanted to find my purpose. On Earth, I discovered I could do good. I didn't want to betray anyone, I swear. The commander still looked angry, but glanced at the rest of his people while he thought carefully. I understand wanting punishment, but losing one of your own right after surviving a massive attack? I don't think that helps. Maybe, instead of punishing him, you could give him another chance. One to earn the place he wants so badly among you. Very well. Shapesmith will not be punished, but for now he may not return to our planet and must remain on Earth. Thank you! I won't let you down! After they came to an agreement, the heroes gathered to return to their ship and say goodbye to the Martians, who now offered them their respect for everything they had done. You have saved us from catastrophe. We will not forget. We won't forget you either. I hope things go well when you get back to your planet, Goku said with his classic smile before boarding the ship with the rest of the heroes and returning to Earth with them. After a while, they all managed to get back to Cecil's base, relieved and happy to have won this battle, grateful for Goku's presence and everything he had done for them. It was more than clear to the heroes that his presence would be key to what was coming next.